नमस्ते बिटिया, सदा खुश रहो। Myself JVN Dr. Hemant Vyas, Associate Professor, Head of Department of Surgery, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. In today we are going to discuss an important topic from ear, nose and throat, and the name of topic is anatomy of nose and paranasal sinuses. Let's begin. The nose, it consists of external nose and nasal cavity. Both are divided by a septum into right and left halves. Now external nose, here we can see the different parts of nose: external nose, root, bridge, dorsum nasi, nasofacial angles, apex, alar nasi, alar nasal sulcus, then anterior nares, that is nostril, nasal septum and philtrum. Then the framework of external nose is made up above by the nasal bones, the frontal process of the maxilla and the nasal part of the frontal bone. Below the framework is formed by plates of hyaline cartilage. Now what cartilages or what structure the nose contains? It contains a pair of nasal bone, then lateral cartilage, septal cartilage, lesser alar cartilages, greater alar cartilages and dense connective tissues. Blood supply of external nose. The skin of external nose is supplied by branches of ophthalmic and the maxillary arteries. The skin of ala and the lower part of septum are supplied by branches from the facial artery. The nasal cavity. The nasal cavity has a floor, roof, lateral wall and medial and septal wall. The floor of nasal cavity. It has palatine process of maxilla and horizontal plate of palatine bone. Roof of nasal cavity is narrow and it is formed by anteriorly beneath the bridge of the nose by the nasal and frontal bones, in the middle by the cribriform plate of ethmoid located beneath the anterior cranial fossa, posteriorly by the downward sloping body of the sphenoid. The medial wall of nasal cavity is formed by nasal septum. It divides by nasal cavity into right and left halves. It has osseous and cartilaginous part. A nasal septum consists of the perpendicular plate of ethmoid bone and the vomer and septal cartilage. Here we can see the different structures of nasal septum. The lateral wall of nasal cavity, it is marked by three projections: superior concha, middle concha and inferior concha. The spaces below such concha is called as meatus. The lateral wall of nasal cavity, the inferior meatus, it is naso. So let's see what are the openings are there in the lateral wall of nose. First there is inferior meatus, which is below the which has opening of nasolacrimal duct. Middle meatus has opening of maxillary sinus, frontal sinus and anterior ethmoidal sinus. Superior meatus has posterior ethmoidal sinuses and sphenoid-ethmoidal recess has opening of sphenoid sinus. Here we can see the different openings. Blood supply to the nasal cavity. From branches of the maxillary artery, one of the terminal branch of the external carotid artery, the most important branch is the sphenopalatine artery. The sphenopalatine artery anastomoses with the septal branch of the superior labial branch of the facial artery in the region of vestibule. The submucosa venous plexus is drained by the veins that accompany the arteries. Blood supply to the nasal cavity. Here we can see sphenopalatine artery, which is the branch of maxillary artery. Now the applied anatomy of this blood supply. There is an area in nasal septum which is called as Liddell's area, and it is also called as Kessel-Bach plexus. It has anterior inferior part of nasal bone, and it has four branches superior labial artery, sphenopalatine artery, greater palatine artery, and anterior ethmoidal artery. This plexus is very superficial. That means it is just below the mucous membrane, and it can bleed very easily because of injury or hypertension. So that's why it is an important area of the nose. Nerve supply of the nasal cavity. The olfactory nerve from the olfactory mucous membrane ascend through the cribriform plate of ethmoid bone to the olfactory bulbs. The nerve or ordinary sensation are branches of the ophthalmic division and the maxillary division of the trigeminal nerve. Nerve supply of the nasal cavity. Then lymphatic drainage of the nasal cavity. The lymph vessel drainage are draining the vestibule and the submandibular nodes. The remainder of nasal cavity is drained by a vessel that pass to the upper deep cervical nodes. Dangerous area of the face. Now dangerous area of face, the lower part of external nose and the upper lip. Infection may spread to cavernous sinus through inferior ophthalmic vein via anterior facial vein which have no valves. So that's why this is an important applied anatomical part of the nose. This part is called as dangerous area of face. And there is one dangerous area of nose also, and this is situated in the roof of the nasal cavity, and this is olfactory bulb area, olfactory epithelium. If it get infected, the infection can quickly spread to the cavernous sinuses and brain, and it can cause very fatal effects on our body. Now paranasal sinuses and their anatomy. Paranasal sinuses are cavities found in the interior of maxilla, frontal, sphenoid, and ethmoidal bones. They are lined with mucoperiosteum and filled with air. They connect with the nasal cavity through relatively small apertures. Drainage of mucus and function of the paranasal sinuses. The mucus produced by the mucous membrane is moved into the nasal nose by ciliary action of the columnar cells. Drainage of the mucus is also achieved by the siphon action created during the blowing of the nose. Functions. Resonators of the voice. They also reduce the skull weight, help warm and moisten the inhaler, act as shock absorber in trauma. Now maxillary sinuses, they are pyramidal in shape, paired and symmetrical, located within the body. The maxilla behind the skin of the cheeks, and these are the biggest of the paranasal sinuses in our facial bones. Then frontal sinuses, these are second most largest facial sinuses, paranasal sinuses. They are rarely symmetrical. They continue with the frontal bones. They separate from each other by the bony septum. Sphenoidal sinuses, they lie within the body of the sphenoidal bones below the sella turcica. Ethmoidal sinuses, they are multiple. They are grouped in anterior, middle and posterior. Then this is the scheme of drainage of sinuses. Now this is an assignment for students. Here you can evaluate your understanding of the topic. Thank you very much. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Hope you like this presentation. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will try to resolve it. Thank you.